Okay, so we are recording and great. Can everyone see my screen? You should be able to see my screen now.
Yes.
Great. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben Weintraub, and I'm with Aventura World, and I wanted to welcome you all to the Greater Gainesville Chambers Tuscany, Italy presentation here today that's leaving on November 1st later this year. That's very, very exciting. This is a great, great trip. Ian and I have been speaking at the Chamber, and this is a very, very special year for the Greater Gainesville Chamber, being their 100th centennial year. So very congratulatory accolades for them. And this is a huge trip to celebrate that for them, where they're offering out to all of their members as well as the public a beautiful trip to Tuscany, Italy. And if you haven't been before, this is really the trip of a lifetime that people can go and enjoy. It's a single hotel stay that's in an unbelievable location in Montecatini Terme, in the middle of the heart of the Tuscany region. And it's nice because it does day trips around the whole area. You'll go to see places like Pisa and Lucca. We'll have a whole city tour of Florence. You'll go out to the whole wine region and see San Gimignano and have a Chianti tour and be able to have some wine tasting as well. You'll like just a fantastic experience. So today, I'm actually going to give you a visual explanation of the program itself and go over the itinerary for you and then answer any questions that anyone does have. So as I go through, I'm probably going to answer 99% of the questions that people have, but I will open it up to any questions at the end and share with you how to register. So, please, if everyone could keep their questions toward the end, I promise I will answer every single question that anyone does have. So again, we are leaving November 1st, and it's a November 1st through 9th trip. And if you haven't done a group travel tour before, we really take care of everything for you. From the airfare is going to be leaving from Orlando. And once you arrive into Florence on the other side, you are picked up and met by our Aventura World tour manager that is with you the entire length of the trip. That once you clear through customs and grab your bags, they'll take your bags and they'll be put onto a deluxe motor coach, and that you'll be traveling in a motor coach throughout the trip for all the sightseeing, all the entertainment that's included, the meals. We've included 10 meals on the trip as well, 7 breakfasts and 3 dinners as well. And the accommodations are in Montecatini Terme, like I had said, which is a great location situated right in the heart of Tuscany in the region of Pistoia, where, again, we're going to be doing day trips around the area. But a little bit about us. Aventura World, we've actually been in business since 1972. And we're a member of the Sakara International Group, where we actually have thousands of employees worldwide. With our main office located in New Jersey, I'm actually located in New York, but we do have offices all over Paris, as well as I want to emphasize having offices in Italy, in Rome, as well as London, Delhi, and Cairo. So we really have our pulse to the ground, knowing everything that's going on in every one of our destinations that we are operating. And we're the official travel partner of the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. So we met Ian at the National Chamber of Commerce convention this past summer, where we actually work with chambers nationwide on their travel programs. And when a chamber is looking to do a trip through the association, they are referred to us, mainly because we are our travel wholesaler and we create these programs from the ground up. So the price and the value that we bring to the table on these programs are unmatched by really anything that you could get, on your own. So we really call ourselves a leader in value price programs. And as I go through here today, you're really going to see that as well. So like I said, we're leaving November 1st. We're going to see some beautiful sights, seeing such as Pisa. You'll have a shot to take that beautiful Leaning Tower of Pisa shot where you could be holding up the Leaning Tower. Beautiful vista shots of the countryside. A lot of these shots were taken by our travelers on our tours as well. The food is unbelievable. The pastas, the amount of fruits and vegetables that you have. Everything's fresh. They believe in just farm fresh ingredients. Everything's just homemade. It's incredible food. You'll definitely will not be hungry throughout the Tuscany region. That's for sure. So again, we're going to be taking an overnight flight, leaving Orlando on the 1st. We'll arrive into Florence the morning of the 2nd. And like I said, we'll be transferred from the Florence airport to Montecatini. Once you pass through customs, welcome to Italy. You will grab your bags and you will be met by our Aventura World representative who will take your bags and they will be put onto our motor coach and they will be brought to the hotel. Upon getting into the hotel, you will be given your keys to be checked in, and your bag will be brought to the hotel for you as well, to your hotel room for you. So again, even when you're leaving, your bag will be collected from your room and be brought onto the motor coach for you as well. And this is a picture of the motor coach. There are 45 passengers that go on a motor coach. So that is the amount of passengers that will be on the trip. There might be more than one motor coach, but for all intents and purposes, you as an individual will be assigned to one motor coach that you will be on and will be traveling to and from all the destinations too. The nice thing about group travel and traveling on a motor coach, when you are going to go and sightsee, when you're going, you can leave things on the motor coach. You could leave your bag, you could leave jackets, whatever you'd like on the motor coach. They are locked, so that is a convenience for you. So we will be transferred to the town of Montecatini, which is known for its beautiful spas and just a beautiful, beautiful town. Lots of things to do, beautiful cafes, restaurants. As you can see here, lots of open ground, lots of places for shopping, as you can see here. So we'll get acclimated to the time difference. Uh, Italy is 6 hours ahead of East Coast time. So when we do get to the hotel, you'll have time to unpack, relax. We'll have a welcome dinner that evening. And our tour manager will tell you the schedule for the rest of the week of what time touring begins and where to be what. And you'll get a good night's rest. And we'll start on day 3. We'll start with our Florence tour. So touring begins right after breakfast, where that's about 9:15 or so, where we'll board the motor coach and we'll take a short trip to Florence. And once we get into Florence, we'll have a whole city tour as well as a walking tour throughout Florence. We'll be seeing so many of the huge cathedrals. We'll see some of the Duomos, but the artwork and the sculptures you'll see are just absolutely unbelievable. You'll have plenty of time for free time for shopping if you do want to do any other experiences on your own as well. We do stop at this picturesque stop as well, so you have this one famous picture of Florence. It's a famous hillside, so you could get these exact views. So, and then at the end of the day, day 3, we'll head back to the hotel that evening. And we'll see other items like the Piazza del Signoria. You'll have plenty of time to walk around as well. And our guides are unbelievable, our tour managers on the tour itself. They tell stories. This is all they do. So they know more history about the area, the architecture, the structures, the art. They are like walking encyclopedias. So you'll see the Palazzo Vecchio as well. And it looks very much the same as it did back in the 1400s. Not much has changed. So again, you'll bring good walking shoes. There's definitely, there is walking involved. We get you as close as we can to the destinations, but again, you are walking around areas that are old, that are cobblestone. So please be careful when you're walking places. Comfortable walking shoes for sure. You do want to bring, but open markets, the food, the lots of places on your free time for lunches, the wine that you can sample there and purchase. And if you are having wine with lunch or dinners, they do not include sulfates in their wine, so that means you can drink a lot more of it without it affecting you or not getting so much of a hangover the next day. But you can definitely make purchases and have these types of items shipped home as well. Your best types of purchases to be made, leather items, cameos, they sell, beautiful artwork, all types of pottery, paintings. And again, you want to get these all sent home for you, and they can be all shipped home. You want to pay by a credit card. You'll get the best exchange rate as well. So day 4, this is where we do Lucca and Pisa. This is a great tour. You'll see all the medieval buildings, opening to reveal churches and piazzas and many other reminders of the city's long history. You'll see here the Leaning Tower. It's 14 feet off the center of its top because of the settling of the construction that was started in 1173. So we'll see here the Duomo here as well. The architecture is just incredible. We'll see all these cathedrals. We'll have a walking tour. And then later in the day, we'll proceed to a Tuscan farmhouse, and you'll get to meet their family members and learn about their organic farming history. And we'll followed by a really great dinner and a sampling of a few courses that they have right on the farm there. And again, you could get this famous picture holding up the Leaning Tower here. And of course, Lucca, beautiful town. You'll be able to have a walking tour here, the home of Puccini. Lots of great statues and sculptures all over the town, just intricate artwork anywhere and everywhere you go and see throughout the town. As you can see here, just an aerial view as well. And just a lot of the cobblestone streets, a lot of these little alleyways, just actually beautifully picturesque to just walk around in your free time as well. So the next day we'll be heading out to San Gimignano, and we'll do our Chianti tour. We'll be staying the Etruscan town here. The medieval skyscrapers here are just towering over here. You'll see here there's beautiful areas to go and see. Just a lot of shopping to do, but a lot of history. The structure sizes were very, they're much taller than many of the other structures in Italy, as you'll see as you're walking around here. But plenty of time in San Gimignano, and then later in the day, we'll stop at a local winery, and we'll find out a little bit more about how Chianti is made. And part of our Discovery series will be stopping at a winery where you'll be having some wine tastings as well of Chiantis. But again, here's some great pottery, some great things to purchase as well in the Chianti region. These are some of the shots. You'll get the rolling hills, absolutely gorgeous. The grapes, you'll be having a tour of the winery. And again, some of the tastings that you'll have as well. Lastly, we'll be having a Siena tour. And of that tour, you'll see the town itself, beautiful Tuscan countryside here, but you'll see the Duomos and the piazzas here as well. And you'll actually see here the Piazza del Campo, which is home to the Palio horse race, which is run yearly. And you'll see here, it can actually fit 100,000 people in that square. And then there's one optional tour on the day on day 6 of the tour, where you can have it as a free day, where you can go back into Florence. We can help you with any selections or anything you'd like to do, or you can take an optional trip into Cinque Terre, which is called the Five Lands, which is taken from the 5 villages on the cliffs of overlooking the blue seas and the coastline. It's absolutely gorgeous, and we're going to be visiting 3 different villages within Cinque Terre, Manarola, as well as we'll be going to Montesoro as well, and Vernazza as well. But I mean, you'll have time for, we'll have a whole tour of the 3 villages, and these are right on the coast. These are the most gorgeous views you'll ever see here. And you'll have plenty of time to have lunch at one of these beautiful restaurants overlooking the views here, which is unbelievable as well. And then the last day, day 8, it's a full day at leisure. You can stay in Montecatini. There's tons to do, or again, any type of leisure activity or any other city that you would like to see. Our tour manager can help in facilitating anything that you would like to do in your free time as well. Then day 9, we would fly back from Montecatini, transferred to the airport, flying back to Orlando. If you did want to extend your trip, we do have an optional 2 days going on to Rome, where instead of flying back to Orlando, you would just leave Montecatini that morning. It's about a 3-hour drive from the with a motor coach. And again, you would have a tour representative, a tour manager with you the whole time. And you would arrive into Rome, and you'd get acclimated to the city. We would get you checked into the hotel, and then we would do a city tour. You would see the Colosseum here, Trevi Fountain, so many of the piazzas here. Trevi Fountain, as you can see here, the Spanish Steps. You'll have a whole city tour of Rome as well. All right, and you will have plenty of free time. There is one optional Vatican City tour as well, if you would like to go on that as well. That is on day 10. And then it'll see, obviously the home of the Pope, if he is giving a service that day, which is unlikely, but in the event he is, we can work on getting an audience for that. But again, that is, he has been in poor health recently, so that has not been happening. It did not happen all of last year, but again, we do try if it does, if the opportunity does present itself. But again, through Vatican City, you will have a full tour of the Sistine Chapel. And you'll see here, they have their special Roman Vatican City guards here that are dressed here in very, very eloquently. And of course, the Sistine Chapel here, you'll have plenty of time here to visit. And you'll see here the intricate detail all over the ceilings and all over. It's an unbelievable area to see. The smell within the Sistine Chapel, it's something you'll always remember. Just the experience, just the whole, everything about it. It's just a very, very special experience. So, then for those who would be taking the Rome extension, you would fly back on day 11 back to Orlando. And so just to sum up, the program offers round trip airfare from from Orlando to Tuscany. It has 7 nights of accommodations. We do include 10 meals, 7 buffet breakfasts, and 3 dinners. The total price is right now $36.99 per person, double occupancy. And that does actually, that is an early bird special right now. So if you do register for the program before March 31st, you will get that price of $36.99. After that, it does go up to $37.99, and it does include everything that else we did speak about with our professional tour director. Everything is done by Deluxe Motor Coach, as well as your baggage handling is included. For the Rome extension, If you wanted to proceed on to Rome, that is from November 9 to 11. That again, the first class hotel accommodations are included. The 2 buffet breakfasts and the sightseeing is included on that as well. I will get into how to register and how to sign up for the program as well. It is $699 double occupancy or $1098 for a single. You do not need a visa. You will need a passport to get into Italy, and you will need 6 months left on your passport when you return. So please, if you do not have a passport, you will need a passport for this, or if you do have a passport and if it is expiring, you will need to have a passport where it will have 6 months left on it upon your return. Okay. So how do you sign up for this trip? I'll get into that in a second. We do have our travel insurance that I will share on our registration that does prevent against cancellation or medical on the trip interruption, travel delay, misconnection, emergency medical evacuation, baggage delay, and it does give you an option to cancel for any reason whatsoever. Okay, so just to give you an example, we did, with what's going on in the Middle East, we did have many people going to Egypt that did not feel safe and did not want to go. They were able to cancel for any reason whatsoever. Okay, so that is going to be made available for you, and I will share with you now the flyer and how to register for the trip itself. So the Tuscany flyer here. Like I had said, it's $36.99 per person. This is an early bird special. It includes the 9 days and 7 nights and round trip airfare from Orlando. For information to sign up, you can register right and make your reservations right online at aventuraworld.com/booking. And there is a booking code down here, XMDCIS, where you can register for the trip. Now, it'll bring up a registration form here where we would need your name, how it's printed on your passport. Like my name is Ben, but on my passport it's Benjamin. So we would put Benjamin here, your passport number, your email address, who you are rooming with, or if you're going and traveling as a single, if you are going to take the optional tours or the optional extension. And down here, it has the travel protection where it's based on the total cost of the trip, where we like to see an $800 initial deposit down. And if you are taking the optional tour or the extension, your insurance cost is based on the total price of the total trip itself. And you will see here that there is a choice here to cancel for any reason that you can select on your insurance here. And the final payment for everything is due on June 23rd. And for those that are signing up, we will send you a confirmation of this, as well as you will be receiving a reminder of when the final payment will be due. Lastly, for those who are signing up, we've had a significant amount of interest, being that this is the centennial year of the Gainesville Chamber, and that there has been a lot of interest for participation. We will be having another pre-departure meeting before the trip departs on November 1st, usually about 2 weeks or so before the trip goes, where I'll be going over what to pack. I'll be going over the exchange rate on what the exchange with the euro is, answering all of your questions before the trip itself, going over all the hotel information. I'll have the tour manager information as well, your flight information, and answering again all of your questions as well. So at this point, I'd like to open it up to any questions that anyone does have, please. Yes,
I have
Caitlin.
quite a few questions, so I wanted to leave it open if anybody has any like single ones first, and then I'm happy to chime in with all of mine. Oh,
Sure. I
okay,
mean,
I get.
you can ask your questions that they might help other folks.
Okay, sounds good. So, are we staying the whole time in the Montecchini? I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Montecati, correct. And
Montecatini, the whole time, and then just taking day trips to each of these places. So my point is, are we going to be staying in the same hotel the whole trip?
correct. Same hotel, day trips around the whole area. If you are going to Rome, it is a separate hotel in Rome. Yes.
Got it. Perfect. That's fantastic. Less time I have to unpack places, so that's great.
Correct.
Um, and then,
We call it a cruise on land.
yeah, nice. And then what hotel, and if I understand that you obviously you have to wait until we get closer, but are you able to tell me either what hotel we're staying at or what area of the city we're going to be staying at? The reason I ask is
Yes,
mostly just so we can start planning like our free day schedule and making sure we're not planning for something that's like, 20 miles away from where we're staying.
absolutely. Yes, I will forward it out to Ian as well, the hotel information. I believe I did. I will forward it out, so we'll get that out to you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then just double checking, you mentioned we fly into the Florence airport. Is that the Giuseppe airport? I know there's another one that's kind of close. I just wanted to make sure it was definitely the Florence airport.
Correct. Florence, correct.
Okay, how many stops are there usually from the Orlando to Florence route? Like one?
We try to make it as direct as possible. It's either going to be JFK direct or it would be Orlando and a stop in we try to make it as direct as possible.
Okay, so ideally one, but potentially two?
I don't know. We try to make it again as little as possible.
Got it. What happens if we don't have enough people sign up for this trip? For people that have already signed up, like, will this get canceled then?
No,
Do you have a,
we do have other chambers that are promoting this trip on this date, and we do have significant interest. We run this all the time, but arrangements would be made, but 99.9 this trip is operating.
okay, got it. I thought it was just like the Gainesville regional,
No,
doing the trip.
no.
So if there's other people, so there's a less likely chance that you'll hit the minimum amount.
If we're reserved, we have space reserved for the Gainesville Chamber. If the chamber does not have that amount of people, they will be filled with other people from other chambers.
Got it. Okay, perfect. I'm just taking notes. Um, and then I think you mentioned there's a three weeks potentially before the departure date, that we get the information for the airlines and everything. Is that correct? Is it a month out? Or
Yep, we're going to schedule a pre-departure meeting before the trip based on, again, whoever's going will, have a meeting for whoever's going to go over all of your documents and answer all of your questions. We will have the flight schedules at that time. We'll have the flight schedules usually about 30 days out.
okay, perfect. So then if we wanted to go in and purchase upgrades for seats, we could do that at that time.
Correct. If you do wish to upgrade your seats, like if you're looking for business or first class, please, when you are registering, let us know that so we can give you those options. We will give you the business or business class or first class rate that you are looking for, and you can approve that or not before making that decision to move forward with it or not.
Got it.
All right.
What does the breakfast buffet consist of? Is it like continental or hot meals?
It is hot meals.
Okay. Are tickets transferable at all if something happens to like my double occupancy person, and they aren't able to go, but can we transfer ticket if, I have a family member that's able to come with me last minute?
The timing would be essential on that. It would be up until it's actually ticketed.
Got it. That's what I was wondering if it had to do once you obviously purchase the flight based off of their
Yeah,
passport.
once it's the name change is not going to be possible once it's ticketed.
Got it. Got it. So potentially possible up until tickets are purchased.
Correct.
Okay. Do we have to fill out any Verifly app or any additional things? I know you mentioned the European visa. I think that doesn't go into effect till 2025 now, so we don't need a visa, but do we need to do Verifly or any of the other apps prior to going?
No, you just need your passport going in. And again, if you do want any, TSA pre-checks or anything like that, that's on, whatever you'd like to do on your own. But
Got it.
we will need a copy of your passport. And you can do that. You can upload that online, or you can just send us a photocopy of that.
Got it. Did speaking of uploading it online, did IT fix the website so you don't pay the full amount up front now? I just wanted to mention it for here in case anybody else goes to fill that out online.
Yes.
Okay, great. And then I think that's it for my questions. I just wanted to say thank you for picking that perfect time of year we're going. Like it's, less days we have to take off, but it seems like a beautiful time of year. And then we come back and have a 3-day weekend to recover. So I'm excited for that November schedule.
Weather should be great. We call it perfect touring weather. It should be in the mid 60s. So again, we tell you to pack in layers. So, it could be, you might have a sweater on in the evenings or in the mornings, but, again, during your touring, it should be perfect weather during those tours.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Any other questions for folks? Yes, Shireen.
Hi, so from what I understand, there's not necessarily really a payment plan put in place, just to give the $800 by the end of March, and then the remaining money, like all remaining monies by June.
Correct. The final payment would be due June 23rd.
Okay. And then we currently don't know which airlines you guys would use, but like if we have points or anything like that, an account with a specific airline, can we give that to you so we could still receive points for the travel?
If depending on what airline we do use, if you are a member of that airline, yes, we can get you um, your mile. You could get miles for that, yes. And if someone does want to do their own airfare, you can do that. You would be taking $800 off of the total price of the trip. So if you did want to go in, to Florence a few days early, or stay later and do your own air, you can do that as well. Um, and if you do have friends or family that are coming from other parts of the country, let's say you have friends or family in, Georgia or Tennessee, whatever, we'll fly them from their gateway to either meet you in Orlando or meet you in Florence.
Awesome, thank you.
Any other questions at all? Well, again, this is a trip of a lifetime where, again, if you haven't been to this area, you're going to see some of the best features that Italy has to offer from the whole Tuscany region. If you extend to Rome, uh, it's really the best aspects of Italy I've seen, and the food is spectacular. The touring, all of the tour managers that we have, you'll remember them forever. They're just unbelievable people. They'll give you such great history. They take care of our travelers. They've been with us for years, and that's all they do. So they take very, good care of our travelers and take a lot of pride, in sharing their country with our travelers. So we hope to see you on the trip. If anyone has any other questions at all, please get in touch with Ian. We can get anything answered for you. And if you please sign up before March 31st, you will get that early bird special rate. And we hope to see you on the trip. And once whoever signed up, yes.
And it looks like Stephen Smith has a question. I just wanted to catch you before you hung up.
Yeah, Stephen Smith, please.
Hi, yes, hello. I just wanted to ask, can you go over again about the refund policy on with the trip?
Yeah, I mean, your best bet if you wanted to, make a deposit on this, there is a $400 non-refundable per person cost on the trip. If you did take the travel protection that you can get, but you can get that money back through the travel protection.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
All right. So again, I would highly recommend, when you are making your purchase to come on the trip, to take the travel protection. And again, please consider looking at the cancel for any reason as well. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. If anyone has any other questions, please reach out to the chamber team and we can get anything answered for you. And we will be arranging a pre-departure meeting for all of the folks that will be traveling. Oh, Shireen.
Sorry, really
Yeah,
quick. So, this may seem like a weird question, right?
no worries.
Say you're traveling by yourself, but you're willing to have a roommate only if it's, someone within like our chamber, not one of the other chambers that are traveling. Um, is some type of like roommate pairing option available?
We don't officially pair people. What we can do is if there is another single person registering for the trip, we could ask for approval from the chamber for a possible introduction, and you can see if that would be something you would like to do to, change that to room as a double.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, but we will be in touch again for those that are going to be registering for the trip on when we'll be doing our pre-departure meeting. And we look forward to seeing everyone on the trip. And thank you so much for everyone for attending. And thank you, Ian and Ann, and everyone from the chamber for putting this together today and celebrating 100 years with the chamber. Hope for another 100 more. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
I'm like,
Yeah, absolutely. I figured I'd take everybody. Our bonus for this year, yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's fun. Well, to me, the only thing is, there's really good benefit to sign up early because it's really, committed today, but, with this kind of trip, it's all about who's going. I wanted to mingle with, the PFE chamber,
Right,
Mississippi
yeah.
or something, so we'll see. I know, it looks beautiful, oh my God, I know, it was like, oh, can I just go now? Does it have to be November?
And I keep talking about doing a Disney trip for our 5th anniversary. Won't be for till next year, but
When an opportunity presents itself, and this is probably as cheap as you'll ever go.
yeah,
So,
especially like.
Life is short.
Mhm. Got the bus.
Life is short. The things that you regret are the things you don't do.
I've been very blessed. I've been really,
Uh-huh.
but ever since I've been, I don't just.
Wanted to go back.
Oh, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's really nice in chamber to pick up the tab for chamber staff.
That's what I think. Bonuses for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Those Italian heritage. Yeah.
Things you regret are the things,
Yeah.
and I know it's money is the thing, but money comes, money goes. Doesn't matter. Flies out the door. You know, might as well fly the other way.
Minus, exactly.
It's gonna fly out the door for something, so might as well be very. So, Patrice text you and say, sign us up. Honestly, for you, they need to offer a bigger discount to sign up early, because for me, it's $100 to sign up.
I just told me I need to hurry up and win the lottery.
Well, I said, I've been putting it out into the universe that the bag of money, I'm waiting to catch it. Anytime.
Julia on that.
Well, should be a belated graduation trip.
A very, very belated graduation.
Get me, please,